It's you. Shape of your body is blue. The way that I got it, it's cool. It's a cruel summer with you. Don't you feel uncomfortable when people sing? I do. I get really uncomfortable. Except like if I go to a concert, then it's not like that. But it's like that when you're like, okay, are they gonna stop? I remembered when somebody sang to me in public and I felt embarrassed. Oh, it was so bad. Okay, welcome to episode 5 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. I actually am growing to love this show more and more in season 2, and I really loved it. So I'm starting to write notes and everything, which is great. So they walk in, the house is cleared, and then Jeremiah walks in, and like his own mom's room is cleared, and he's like, oh, you know what Julia did, by the way, was disgusting. It's despicable, okay? Julia does not hurt at all from her sister's death. It is so clear, it's disgusting. And Conrad's like, sorry, she was busy dying. No wonder Grandpa loved her more. He had to be shady. Which I get it. You know what? I actually would have loved the mom more. I would have loved the mom more. I'm just saying. Ooh. Because like Julia's not hitting it at the spot, and Sky literally was like, can't defend this. She said like, you can't defend this. Sky was like on their team, which was like, yeah, they should be. They should be. So that was very interesting. The way they slept at the country club. That was so weird, okay? They were like, where do we sleep? Oh, every hotel's closed. Like this, it's always booked. Like they just come up with like an excuse. And they just like sleep at the country club. Also, like the fact that Jeremiah's key card did not work. But then somehow, in some weird way, Cam Cameron's worked. And like I still don't get the necessary, like I don't get why Cam Cameron's here. I still don't get it. He shouldn't be here. Okay? They could have actually just snuck in with Jeremiah's keycard working and like somebody actually making a real mistake in the tech system. But no, Cam Cameron has to be there. And then when they get inside, Jeremiah was like, invisible force. Like somehow there's an invisible force between Conrad and Belly. And I was like, damn. I also loved how this whole episode was actually Jeremiah talking, which was like, I really liked that. I personally was a fan. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. Because, like, you really could see how much Jeremiah truly, truly loves Belly. And it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like Jeremiah, oh, you know, he's got that, oh, like, you know, like Conrad is not. I'm Team Jeremiah, even though, like, they always say, like, oh, Jeremiah is not going to be with her because he cheats on her in the books. Sorry. I just wish that does not happen because then, like, the author is so hell-bent for making Conrad and Belly happen. But Conrad has flopped so many times. And you know what? That is the key of saying, you know, just pick Jeremiah. So they're flashback. And it's so cool, though, that they're flashbacking. And then Conrad asks about, like, you know, going back to dating Belly. And he's like, my chest physically hurts to not tell her I love her. And Jeremiah's like, what? You want me to give you my blessing? And, like, you know, Belly runs up, and it's just like, oh, you know, and then that cut away, and, you know, Jeremiah, like, is, like, you know, obviously suffering, but then, you know, but luckily, though, Belly chooses him to hang out, and Billy ran over to go watch his stuff in the movie theater with him, which I thought that was cute. Also, though, Steven and Taylor, that's actually really cute, how, like, Steven's, like, kind of trying to snatch Taylor. He's, like, trying to force her to, like, hang out with him 24/7. I'm kind of eating that up. I'm eating that up. No, but most importantly, I'm eating up Jeremiah and Belly. Like, I'm like, oh, Oh, that's the stuff's good. That's just good shit. Anyways, so they're like Taylor and Steven are like so cute. They're hanging out in like the background area, and then like Taylor's taking some like photos, and Steven's like kind of just jumping on her like they're a couple, and she's like, get away. She's like, get away. And like totally understandable, because think about it, Steven literally left her for like ashes last season. Like, he did not treat her well, and he just used her to like a quick hookup and gone. Like, but this girl loved you for your whole life, and you kind of like f that up. But also, like, he was with like an amazing girl also though. So like, it's just it's like, oh, like, is she your second choice? You know what I mean? Like, I still have that thought in the back of my head. You know, I bet everyone does too. Anyways, so they're in the movie theater, and also I'm so shocked. There's like no security whatsoever. There's no security in an expensive country club. That's a lie. That's a lie. That means anyone could go rob this country club. I'm so serious when I tell you that. But the shadow puppet scene. Oh, when they're just like doing their shadow puppets and Jeremiah chomps her up, the way he ate her little hand, it and they were bound to kill us. Oh, and they got that feeling, they got the urge, and she knew what she was doing with those Twizzlers. Those Twizzler straws, she knew what she was doing. So like, don't say like, oh, like Belly. No, Belly wants Jeremiah too, and it's obvious. And like the way though in the ballroom scene with like um with Taylor and Steven just got the text from Jeremiah being like, hey dude, we found a place to sleep, and he's like, I'll just dismiss it, I want to hang out with Taylor. And then like, but like, okay, but like, high key, Steven's a home wrecker. He's a home wrecker. Like, he's a whole new home wrecker on a whole new level. The difference is Taylor did not know that Steven was in a relationship with She Home Wreck. But Steven 1,000,000% knows that Taylor's in a relationship, yet he still wants to ruin it on his way out of Princeton. He's like, I gotta do one last thing, and I gotta ruin this relationship. So like, they're slow dancing. Oh, and that was adorable. And like, I just noticed the timing is always bad in this relationship, because last time like what is it? Steven was in his, and then Taylor wasn't, but now Taylor's in her relationship with Milo, and she's not, and he's not. It's always like a weird timing. Suspicious. Anyways, so there's like a flashback to Thanksgiving, and when Conrad is holding Belly's hand, and then Belly's trying not to like hold hands at the table to make Jeremiah mad. That was very important. And then like Jeremiah's like, oh, he wishes that was him, and I thought that was so like gentle. And then at the end of the dinner, he like tried to set a boundary where he's like, tell me when Belly's coming because I don't want to be here. And I totally get it. He's totally justified because he knows that it'll make him feel bad. And okay, but the one line I thought was really cringy was when everyone went outside and like they were doing all the bong stuff and smoking. I don't I felt like they were trying to shove the bong and like the smoking stuff onto us when it was so unnecessary. I really felt like it was unnecessary. I felt like it was trying to promote weed to like audiences, which like all in it all, I just felt like it was very unnecessary. I was like, no, there's no need to like push this agenda through our throats. Like, oh, it's so cool. Like, it doesn't have to be seen like that. I personally do not engage in that. And I think that it's unnecessary because it's like, why are you doing that? Why? Like, it's unnecessary. So that's like a brave comment for me to say. But then, like that whole apple bong thing, that was just gross. And, um, just why in all these flashbacks, the flashbacks are cute, I will say. The flashbacks are cute. But Belly couldn't join the team for volleyball. I was like, ooh. The judge was the coach was like, no, you shouldn't join. You shouldn't join. And she didn't also, like, Sky did not have to be like, oh, I dare Jeremiah to kiss Belly. Okay, like, that's so weird. But I mean, like, to be fair, Sky did not know. So we'll give Sky a pass. But it was just too funny where, like, Belly literally had to go up to Jeremiah and talk about the kiss. And she's like, why didn't you want to kiss me? Why didn't you want to kiss me? I don't know. Maybe it's awkward to kiss her in front of, like, her brother, in front of his brother and her brother and everyone around. Like, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Like, I think that's weird. Like, isn't that weird? Like, I wouldn't want to do that. But also, like, the way Jeremiah said he didn't know if he could stop kissing her if he tried. If he did. And I'm like, oh, I ate that up. I ate that up. Don't tell me, like, I was like, oh, man, this is the man for you. Like, he wants to be with you. He wants to protect you. He cares about you. He's emotionally available. Like, his mind is emotionally available. He wants to be there. And, like, and then they go back into the flashback where he's, like, talking with the mom during the prom scene and everything. And, I like the way that he's like, if it was me, I wouldn't forget her corsage. I would be making sure she had the best night of her life. What a man. Let me tell you that. What a man. Conrad is flaky. Conrad does not want to show Belly his feelings, his emotions. Jeremiah just eats his emotions up. And I love it. I love it. But, I felt like, though, the way their mom was kind of just, like, so set on Conrad and Belly being together and, like, treating Jeremiah as, like, that second option. She's like, no, she must be with Conrad. Like, I don't think it's fair for Jeremiah. And I know, like, she wants to, like, make sure that, like, support one team and stuff like that. But the mom does not have to be Team Conrad. I think she purposely makes Belly with Conrad, so because she knows that Conrad can't handle a lot and Jeremiah can handle more. That's the thing. Like, I think Jeremiah can handle more than Conrad, and I think that's why she, like, tries to push that agenda. But, like, it's so obvious, And then the next day, Julia sold the house. Why do you have to be like that, Julia? Why? Just why? So I'm very interested in seeing what happens next. I did not read the books. But it sounds like, though, Conrad will try to get the house, Conrad and Jeremiah, through trying to talk to a judge, which I think is great, and just getting it through court so they can get that house. That is great. Also, I think it's a weird detail that the dad was at Thanksgiving and, they didn't, like, pre-think this through about the house, which was weird, which was suspicious. So, like, a lot of things are kind of off. I'm hoping, though, next episode will be great. They'll eventually get that house. Seems like Cam Cameron and Sky have something going on, but I feel like it's kind of pushed. It doesn't feel natural. It feels pushed. And I'm not a fan of it. Taylor and Steven, I ship, I stand. They're getting cute. But Taylor's with a man, so hopefully she breaks up with him soon. Steven, you need to get your act together. But, And then, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm still Team Jeremiah. Jeremiah just loves her, and I love to hear his perspective. So I think in the next episode, we might hear the episode from Conrad's perspective, but to be honest, Conrad's kind of boring. Ooh, but, like, imagine, like, next episode, I'm like, oh my god, Team Conrad. Like, no, you gotta pick. So, next episode, we're hoping that it'll be from Conrad's POV. That's what I'm hoping. And we get to learn more about the characters from there on. I actually do want more Jeremiah moments. Jeremiah is the right man for her. Conrad, gotta go out, babe. All right. Thank you so much for listening to Red House. It's Portia. All right. Bye.